And we're back on the Big Dumb Fun Show. We are broadcasting live from the Art and Bicycle Clubhouse at 508 East 18th Street in Kansas City, Missouri, in the Crossroads Art District. It's third Friday. My name is Aaron. I'm here with Steve Thrilliams.
That's me. I'm that guy.
And documentary filmmaker Gary Jenkins stopped by.
It's good to be here, Aaron.
Telling us some of his, he hasn't actually told any true crime story, but maybe we can get him to tell one during this segment, because he's going to have to jet out of here on his crotch rocket at the 7 o'clock hour, but that's okay. We've got more independent, unsigned music. We're going to talk with Maya and the folks here at the Art and Bicycle Clubhouse, as well as my friend, comedian Elliot Threet.
Oh, nice.
Grammy-nominated comedian.
I always enjoy talking to Elliot.
He is going to stop by at 9 o'clock or just before, so we've got to ride home. At least I do. I don't know about you folks, but I'm going to have to pack up because I've still got an overnight job I've got to go work at. But we are here until the 9 o'clock hour, thanks to Maya Aids and the Art and Bicycle Clubhouse. Check them out while we...
I love that you're just cleaning right in front. You're like, hey, I hope you're interested in this stuff.
Yeah, they're going to make the floor slippery. Is that what that is? No, This is all a bunch of bicycle chains she's got.
Cleaning the grease off chains.
She's cleaning. I mean, if it's a art clubhouse and a bicycle clubhouse,
it's much better than watching paint dry. Yeah,
the mannequin over there. Is this some art that you're working on?
This is for the Fringe Festival.
So it's going to be very BDSM.
What are you doing for the Fringe Festival?
I like how confused you were by that.
Yeah, I have no freaking idea what that means.
Oh, it's bondage.
Are you doing something specific for the Fringe Festival?
Yeah, decorating. You want me to be on mic? Is that what that means?
I'm actually doing two things at once. We're recording the show and we're doing a Periscope. This is Maya Aids, ladies and gentlemen, the purveyors of the Art and Bicycle Clubhouse. If you need your chain lubed, cleaned,
that's my line.
She's not shy to do that. She's not afraid of getting her hands dirty
But she is.
for the sake of a bicycle or art.
Actually, it's hard to clean up.
We're going to be talking here later on with the folks from Fresh Cassette as well. Right now, we have filmmaker Gary Jenkins. He's a retired Kansas City, Missouri police officer. He worked in the intelligence unit in the 70s.
Correct.
And he's an attorney now, so no one's going to question him on that.
No, probably not.
Well, only in court.
He has a documentary. We're going to turn the camera here towards you more specifically while we talk with you, Gary. But we're going to do a Periscope as well. I believe we've got you there.
Luckily, nobody is going to be convinced that I'm the cop from the 70s.
Yeah, maybe we won't ask him to do a true crime story, only because here recently we were recording another episode for the podcast,
and I was shot 7 times.
And Steve Williams was not shot 7 times, but the first series we shot, or the first series we recorded, we also did video on it. And then the second series, as we were recording it, I would have the cameras ready, and Gary's like, "No, let's not videotape this." And that episode yet to be released.
Right. Ku Klux Klan.
And that was the most recent time Aaron peed his pants.
Is it broke up into three?
Okay, it's going to be a 3-part episode.
3-part episode about the Ku Klux Klan here in Kansas City back in the 70s.
Correct.
I didn't even realize we had that much of a problem with them here. You would think we were a bit more north, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the person that we spoke about, or Gary spoke about, was from Oklahoma.
Correct.
But that makes
We had
sense.
some guys come up from Oklahoma and were working and living up here and started a clavering, the Missouri White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's what they call him, a clavern?
A clavering, yeah.
Is that unique to the Klan?
He was
a new word
the
that I know.
Grand Kleagle of the Missouri Clavern. There's too many K's in there.
You really need.
Oh, that's the point of it.
You need one of these little spit guards for your microphone if you're a Kleagle and a Clan member.
Did you say that he did his Kegels a lot?
No, it wasn't Kegels. That's different.
Oh, very hard of hearing.
That's what Maya does when she's cleaning bicycle chains.
Oh my God.
Kegel? I'm not sure what that is.
I will explain it when we're
It's
not
an
on air.
exercise, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not one that has anything to do with crime. Although it could. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are before the 9 o'clock hour. We do try to keep the program relatively clean. We're PG-13, FCC friendly and compliant as we can be, except for the wine or beer that Steve imbibes.
Whoa, this is tea.
Yeah, not put.
Tea, yeah, tea.
That's the ticket.
That's right.
That's a ticket.
Well, so Gary Jenkins.
I've seen Morgan Fairchild naked.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
As a retired officer, now you got into filmmaking. Now you have an app. Let's talk about your app.
You know, I just took a little tour over to North End, and that app, it's got maps. So if you want to go find the Trap, which was the social club for the mob in the 70s, you know, the place where all the guys stand down in front in their sense about slacks and polo shirts and smoke cigars. And
That's what they called it, the Trap.
they called it the Trap.
If you want to find out exactly where to be shot by a nice Italian gentleman.
That was always a hard place to sit a surveillance on, too.
Yeah.
It was really difficult.
Was it a freestanding building?
No, it was a storefront.
It was a
So they're just
storefront.
out in front like Goodfellas style.
They were good fellow style. It's
Yeah.
right out of the movies. Art
But I mean,
takes life.
it's not like you could. It's a social club. You could walk into it,
No, not unless you were a member.
not unless you were a maid
No.
member.
Or a
You
friend
could-
of ours.
Yeah, a friend of ours. Correct. You got it. Steve. A friend of ours. It's a friend of ours.
So they would just stop you at the door if you were like, "Hey, I just wanted to come in and take a look. You got alcohol in there? I'd like to take a look around. What's going on back there?"
Oh yeah, that's it. Can I help you?
So I think you're in the wrong establishment.
Yes. That'd be the next thing.
And the Trap is still still standing.
It's closed up and the building is still there. They took off the second floor, but they didn't use the second floor anyhow. So the original front door and the inside is still there. They just
What about the wires where you ran the microphones? Are those still there?
They probably took those out.
Did they actually take the bugs out when they
Yeah, you
got
always
done?
go take the bugs out. Sometimes you break back in and take them out. Sometimes you just go up with a search warrant and say, you know, we got a search warrant. We got to go in and
Take a look around.
Take a
And you have to leave the room while we do that.
Just straight up go, hey, by the way, we had bugs in here and we need them. So if you could let us in, this is a search warrant.
Well, usually they'd find out because you bring down like your,
by then,
charges on it.
Right, by then maybe.
That was the point of doing
You would
the
think.
wiretaps in there.
If not,
But this was the 70s, so I mean, it wasn't like that was the high technology. We're using laser beams to bounce off a glass to listen in. I don't know how the mob could really operate today with, the internet and smartphones, and
right.
they're not supposed to write anything down. No email.
They would, but it'd be kind of easy today because you can encrypt your email, you can encryption programs, you can get burner phones. That's what a lot of people do. They
Right.
just use those burner phones and throw it away.
Throw it away.
Anybody can watch The Wire
Right.
about the burner phones.
But if they say a lot of
That's
times
where I learned
they would
about burner phones.
they would pick up merchandise. I mean, it was always the joke to say it fell off the back of the truck, but that
Right.
was actually true. Didn't really. It fell from one guy's arms to another guy's arms probably. But they would take stuff like now they got like GPS and.
It's much easier to get pinched these days.
Yeah, that's probably true. The cameras are all over the place.
Right.
Just ask any policeman.
Exactly.
You think that's funny?
Somehow it's as bad
All
for the
of them
criminals
lately.
as it is for the officers.
Right?
Yes, it is. It's horrid.
I think, oh, damn it, you caught me on my one bad day.
Yes, can't get away with anything.
Now, so what got you to decide that you wanted to do a podcast? You've done a documentary. It's about 90 minutes long.
Yeah, it's 87 or something like that.
Minutes long, and
Minutes long.
you can get that at ganglandwire.com.
And it tells one kind of sequence of events in chronological order of a particular story. Spins off from Kansas City to Las Vegas about him bringing the skim money back and the backstory behind Casino. And then I did the app, and so I was able to direct people around Kansas City to these different locations that I talked about in the movie. And then the kind of next, frontier for me was to I had a lot more stories, and it's so hard to make a movie. It's just extremely difficult and expensive to make a movie.
Yeah.
I thought, I've got all these stories in me. I want to share them with people and tell people what it's really like to do this kind of work. So I thought, well, I'll do a podcast. That's pretty inexpensive.
That's pretty straightforward. Just sit down and just.
You and I just have a conversation, and you keep me straight, and ask me questions, and I think people are entertained by it.
I don't know how, you're doing some analytics. The first 6 or 7 you put together.
They're pretty good.
Have you looked further into how? I know at the time it was like not even like 3, 4, maybe a month later. We were talking over one day at Starbucks, and you told me. I go, what do you got for analytics? So you emailed me something. You had a couple thousand downloads of your various of the original 6 or 7. You put it into 7 episodes, I thought.
7 episodes, actually 5 of them were a story. The first and the 7th were more like an introduction and a wrap up, and so there wasn't much story to that.
To kind of set it up,
but those 5, they did well. And,
are they still? Do you find that there's still people?
We're still getting a little bit. I haven't really promoted it yet.
No,
really working to promote that.
But now you got even more.
Right, I've got the 3-episode Ku Klux Klan. I've got the story of the Bowery and the shall we say, the Dirty Dancing Club. Definitely X-rated, that story.
Back in the day when they had. It wasn't really. It was a juice bar, I guess.
Well, no, that was the deal. It wasn't. See, juice bars. They created juice bars to get away from liquor control.
Yeah.
Since then, liquor control. Once you buy that license, then you grant liquor control the right to come in and inspect your place, inspect your books. But this was before they thought of juice bars, and they had a liquor license, and that's one of the ordinances we use.
To be able to go in.
We had to stop the donkey show. We had to stop the donkey show. Kansas City.
It's all right in Mexico, but Kansas City.
Wait, there was a donkey show
In
here?
Tijuana, it might be okay. In Juarez, it might be okay.
Kansas City.
Kansas
An
City.
alleged donkey show. No one actually saw the donkey.
Alleged
Did you ever see the donkey?
It could have just been a very hairy.
When the raid happened, did any donkeys run out the back door?
Now, the donkey got out earlier before we got there.
Well, they put it in a skirt and a shirt, so nobody noticed.
We didn't notice. They put a lipstick on it.
Right. It's like,
I put a lipstick on the pig. Well, they put the lipstick on the donkey. We didn't even notice.
Don't worry about arresting that very unattractive woman.
Yes. Just let her go to Penn Valley. All right, well, check him out.
Right there.
Gary Jenkins, he's at ganglandwire.com. Right now, we've got more independent, unsigned music. This is Dead Man's Hand with their song Hangman on the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Fun fact.
I have one of my photographers here. This is Gianni D'Angelo.
Okay.
And he's kind of on a short schedule. So if you guys want to chat with him, he will chat with you.
Sure. He's done. Why don't you have a seat? We'll, let me stack it up. It's probably a normal break here is probably like 12 minutes before we come back.
Stand up for a minute. Go to the very unforgiving.